All right. So, on my Discord, dude called Punisher posted an image. Picture. Alright. And it's this one. This was created by MK Vicious Games. Is it Vicio, Vico, whatever you call it, right? MK, we're gonna call them Vicious Games, whatever. I don't care, right? It looks like I'm reading Vicious. Anyway, so we got a dog over here now too. We've got a cat there, dog down there. This is the red pill, blue pill thing. If Ed Boon came to you with this, and on the red pill side, we've got MK11, MK10, Armageddon, Special Forces, Deception, MK4, and MK1, the original. On blue pill, you've got MK1, MK9, MK vs DC Universe, MK Shaolin Monks, MK Deadly Alliance, Ultimate, Mortal Kombat 3, and Mortal Kombat 2. This is a shit list, right? Like, this, like, I understand why, like, why it's done, because it's supposed to be, like, you know, force you to make, like, a really difficult decision, right? Because if we go with the red pill side, right, you know, yeah, we get the original Mortal Kombat, we get, obviously, MK4, Deception's thrown in there, we get Armageddon as well, so we get a nice big sort of like round out for the entire series at the end of the 3D era. And then we get one of the fan favorites in the NRS era, which is MK10, didn't care about it, and MK11, didn't care about that one either. And then blue pill side, we got MK1, which is a massive bitter pill to swallow. But then you can follow it up with games like MK9, Shaolin Monks, Ultimate, MK3, and MK2, with some crap in there with MK vs DC Universe and Deadly Alliance. I fixed it. I fixed it because this is what I do. Right? What I did was, and I'll explain my actions, even though I think most people will understand, right? Because I made some slight changes here, right? Definitely red pill all the way. Because red pill is greatness and red pill is the truth. We start off with MK9 at the top. We get MK Trilogy there, which covers everything from MK3, Ultimate, and that's it, right? So we don't need Ultimate MK3. I understand what they're doing with this list, but you got to remember that my first, outside the arcade, I couldn't get Ultimate. So if we're thinking home console type releases here, right? But in that saying that this list also has home console releases as well. So, you know, right? So if I were to pick a game or games from every sort of generation, right? I would still want to have MK1 and 2 because they're two separate games, completely separate. But Trilogy is very much an epic culmination of MK3 and Ultimate, as well as additional characters. I know Total MK is going to see this list. He's going to freak out. He's going to come to, right? I don't care about boss characters. I don't care about them. I'm just saying that we got every MK character in Trilogy, and it was also a sigh of relief because at the time, Sega Saturn had the exclusive rights for Ultimate MK3, at least for a time, until it came back with the arcade version in Shaolin Monks, one of the Shaolin Monks premium editions, I think it was. And that's great. I'm pretty sure, was it Shaolin Monks or Armageddon? One of the two. One of the two had it, right? And so I would take Trilogy, because that's essentially to me Ultimate MK3 anyway, right? But I still get the original MK1, I still get the original MK2, so I still get to experience their greatness because they're separative from MK Trilogy. Obviously, Shaolin Monks is a no-brainer. No-brainer whatsoever, right? I swapped out MK4 to MK Gold, considering we got lists, again, like I said, with this list, we got both home console and arcade releases. So therefore, I swapped out MK4 for MK Gold because we got the additional characters with the Dreamcast version, right? And then we get into sort of, obviously, some tricky territory, right? people will go, why have you got Deception on the blue pill list over Armageddon, right? I think in terms of, okay, Deception's Conquest mode is phenomenal, but one of the major gripes that I had with Deception was the character roster, right? I didn't like the whole noob smoke thing. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the fact that we were missing some key characters like Reptile from the main roster as well. And there's actually somebody doing a mod adding all of these characters back in for MK Deception. I think it's for the PS2 version. So I'll have to look into that and see where they're up to, which is pretty cool. I think Cage they've added in as well. So again, we kind of won some, we lost some with the roster. So when I think back to my enjoyment of it, yeah, I love Deception's Conquest. But once you finish Conquest, apart from just running around, there's nothing else to do. Which is why I think Conquest, if it ever came back in a modern day setting, would be a wonderful MMO-like experience, live service, seeing other players running around, constant quests being added to the game, events, all sorts of stuff. Conquest in and of itself could be its own game mode within Mortal Kombat. It would be absolutely phenomenal. But if I had to choose in terms of like, who am I enjoying with as a roster, I'm definitely going to go with Armageddon because we got everyone and then some. We got Creator Fighter, which was amazing. It's the first time we ever had that from Mortal Kombat game. We still had a mini game with Motor Combat, which was pretty good. The Conquest mode was more like a Fighting Force style, you know, third-person beat 'em up. So it wasn't as good. We did get some additional characters, like some brand new characters with Dagon and Taven and Dagon, which was awesome. But outside of that, Deception, yeah, it's sort of Deception's. This is why it's really tricky. It's really tricky. Like if I could put them both in there, I would. But I was trying to be a bit fair. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So they got more on that side than they do on this side. We could move Deception over. Deception could be the bonus. If somebody goes, well, you know, if you could choose one from the other list, we know you red pill all the way, but which one would you choose? Absolutely, I would take Deception and pull that back over. But as far as like having a massive roster goes, what feels like a complete package, I definitely would go with MK9 because that felt like a complete massive roster. Even though I was missing characters from the 3D era, it didn't matter because it still felt like we were having this, it was like a renaissance of the 2D era. We forgot the 3D era and we got the 2D era, right? It was kind of like our 2D era, but in 3D characters. I take that. Obviously, Trilogy, culmination of the entire 2D series. But like I said, we keep MK2 in it and the original MK1 in there because they, in on themselves, feel like their own complete packages. Definitely MK Gold for the same thing. Definitely MK Armageddon for the same thing as well. And of course, with Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, we actually get the 3D, you know, the 3D fighter. Now, what is interesting, right, is that they didn't include Mortal Kombat Mythologies in this entire list. They didn't actually include Mortal Kombat Mythologies, right? So what I'm going to do, if I can in real time, right, I'm going to see if I can edit it in real time while we're doing this. How much, well, we're up to 9 minutes, or I don't know what's going on. Here we go. Mortal Kombat, our Mythologies, Sub-Zero. I need the logo. Right. We'll just we'll go that one. That one's not too bad, right? So we've actually got more. Now, this is the tricky part. This is the tricky part. Right. Would I sacrifice? What would I bring over for the list now? I think it would be I think it would have to be, yeah, I think it would be deception, right? Because I think, yeah, I think it would have to be deception. Right, I'm gonna just, I know it's a little bit funny. There we go. I know you can kind of see it underneath. Hang on, I'll fix that. Hang on, let me just, let me fix that a little bit. Color in, right. You guys let me know what you'd want for your list. Right? Because I'd probably... Yeah, I'd probably do this, right? Because I don't know. It's such a tricky one. It's such a tricky one because I really liked Mythologies. Dinky gameplay, like it was terrible gameplay, right? Like awful gameplay. But it was so atmospheric, right? There we go. I've edited it in real time. There we go. You can see the updated version now. So I don't know, like Deception's Conquest mode definitely eclipses the story mode for Sub-Zero, right? But the atmosphere, and both of them have great atmosphere. Both of them have amazing music, just phenomenal. That's a hard one too, right? So I've amended the 3D era where we get at least Deception in there because of Conquest mode. But like I said, Conquest mode, when you finish it, there's nothing left to do. Same thing with Mythology Sub-Zero. There was no other game mode in the game whatsoever. It is literally just a story mode. And it is amazing story mode. It really is. And it does kind of fit the blue pill because it's blue, right? So, that's a hard one because, like I said, I really love Mythologies. And if we are going to talk, making it a hard list, this would make it a hard list, right? Because I would be looking across there and going, actually, the only game I would be missing out of that entire group would be Sub-Zero Mythologies, like Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. It's the only one. It's the only one, right? I'm sorry, I just, it's the truth. Red pill all the way. See, Shaolin Monks, we get the story mode, which was great. We can play in co-op, which is great. You get the PvP mode, which is great. And if you get the premium edition, you get the additional game as well. It's because Mythology's Sub-Zero really was amazing too. It really was amazing, right? It really was amazing. But as far as wanting a full complete Mortal Kombat game, see, that's where I thought we would be up to now with Mortal Kombat, right? I thought Mortal Kombat 1 was going to be the Armageddon 2.0 or the trilogy, but it failed. They didn't lie, but we all thought it was going to end up being that way, right? But 100% red pill on this list. Not this list, this list, right? But I would be lamenting and I would be saddened at watching Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero go off into the distance. I would. Right? But this is my list. let me know what your guys' lists are, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya.